NBA prize picks for Thursday, October 31st. Happy Halloween. I'm Sniper from DFS Army. We finally get a treat breaking a back-to-back loss streak here as Peyton Pritchard cashes pretty easily. He stays hot, goes off for 16 points. Going to break down all three plays on the NBA prize pick streak board today. Pick our favorite, try and run our streak to 2 in a row. Do me a favor, hit that like button. I'll let the intro. We'll go to work. All right, first thing we got to look at, we got to go Jaylen Green. 23.5 points is the first number to look at. Going to head on over to the DFS Army Proptimizer to let you compare prize pick line, sportsbook odds, and our projection model to help you find those plus EV plays. Jaylen Green, 23.5 points. The odds lean towards the under here. He's only been under in 3 of the 4 regular seasons so far this year. That was against Memphis. But 23.5. Minus 140 over on BetMGM, minus 120 at a bunch of other sports books. The sports books are leaning under. Our projection model is at 20.83. So also going under. Taking on Dallas. Let's go look at some DVP here. Jaylen Green is playing the 2. So we'll go to the shooting guard position. And we'll sort by points allowed. Early season, some of these numbers are going to be fluctuating quite a bit here. Dallas, it looks like they are right now 11th in the league in terms of DVP points against the shooting guard position. Still checking on last season starts. Getting closer, we don't have to anymore. We'll have a pretty good sample size. About the same, though. Dallas does allow a ton of points to the shooting guard position. So to recap here, we got odds pointing under, form pointing over, projection pointing under, and then the DVP probably also points towards the over. So the 4 things we typically look at every day, we are pretty split. And interesting here, Fanatics though has this lined up at 25.5. So it's worth noting one book does have this pointed way towards the over here. In this matchup against Dallas, a recent form is so good that I don't think I can ignore it. I'm probably going to lean towards the over, but there's enough red flags, specifically the odds here and our projection model, that I'm definitely not going to be my favorite play of the day, but I will lean slightly towards the more. The prize pick streak play game, by the way, it puts out the most popular plays on the board. So Jaylen Green is probably the most popular play, which means it's probably an over. And I got some red flags here. I'm going to tell you, I would probably stay away from that one. All right, let's head over. Let's look at Klay Thompson here. 14.5 points. And real quick, I need to refresh myself on where Dallas has got Klay playing. And it is the 3. I was like 99% sure. But you got Klay at the 3, Luka at the 1, as you'd expect. But Luka, I pulled that up because he's going to be the next play here on our list. So let's go. Klay Thompson, 14.5 points. Head back on over to the Proptimizer. By the way, if you want more picks, plays, promo codes, saw we catch Pritchard yesterday. Won just a little under a unit in the Discord yesterday. Come and check that out. Link down below. Klay Thompson, 14.5 points. Again, the odds slightly lean towards the under. A little bit deceptive here because DraftKings has got this at 13.5. They are pointing towards the over. 14.5 is a pick 'em over at BetMGM. It's pretty neutral in terms of where Vegas is leaning with 14.5. You see the sportsbook projection would be 14.4. Not a big edge there. Pretty in line with the prize pick line. Go to how he's been playing. He's been over the mark in 3 of the last 4 games. Didn't get there against Minnesota last time out. Projection model, 17.1. So he scored 22, 19, 18. Pulled last time out, 7 against Minnesota. 17.1 on the projection model. Let's go pull up the 4 here for our DVP. We do want to start with the data from this season. Go to the 4. And we need to find how Houston is defending the 4. Second best DVP against the 3. I keep saying the 4. Against the small forward position, the 3 so far this season. That is a small red flag there. Let's go to the entire last season. And Houston defends the 3 very well. 5th for the entire season last year, and all the way up at 2nd so far this year. Pretty big red flag. I know we're on the over here in terms of projection. Such a streaky shooter as Klay. We've seen him get so cold. He had a bad game last time out. I'm actually going to lean towards the less than. Again, I'm hoping for a more confident play as we wrap up here, but the popular plays that are on the board, I'm really not on board with, and I'm going to go so far as to take the less than on Klay Thompson here. But hopefully, we go Luka Donic, 30.5 points, can provide some clarity and get us a solid streak play for today. Let's head on back to the Proptimizer, start digging into some of these numbers here. Go Luka Doncic, 30.5 points. Again, projection model slightly toward, not projection, the odds slightly towards the under. But again, it's pick 'em. 30.5, minus 110 across the board. A couple books juiced up, minus 120. He has been under in 3 of the 4 games this season. It was against Phoenix where he put up 40. It's not like he's missing by a lot. First game of the season, 28. 24 against Minnesota last time out. Projection model right near it, 29.62, but also shading towards the under. Everything here pointing towards the under. Let's see how that DVP matchup looks for Luka. I did want to change this. Okay, on the 24-25 season. Houston allows the most points per game so far this season to the point guard position. Big old green flag there. We had a lot of red ones, beige ones the first 2 plays. And it looks like through all of last season, they also allowed the most points per game to the point guard position. Let's dig into Luka just a little bit more. I'm going to pull it over here. Didn't want to go to the game log. I wanted to go to stats. Last 2 seasons, he's averaged over 32 points a game each of the last 2 seasons. Last year, I'd be curious. So averaged over the number we're looking for. A little bit of a slow start to the season so far. Did want to pull up how he did against Houston last year as kind of the last thing to look at. Let's do a good old control F here. 37 points, starting at the beginning of the season. 37 points. That was an overtime game. 47 points. And 41 points. 37, 47, 41 last season against the Rockets. Rockets don't appear to be playing much better defense this year, even though he's not, the form hasn't quite been there. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play Luka Doncic more than 30.5 points. And I didn't even do the ranking. I'm so excited. I found one we really liked. I unlock it. Let's go rank all 3 plays. I would say still the least confident play would be Jaylen Green more than 23.5 points. Silver medal play, and I really don't like it either. Klay Thompson less than 14.5 points. The one I do like the most clearly, because I had already locked it in first before I did a reset, Luka Doncic more than 30.5 points. You want more picks, plays, promo codes? Check the link out down below in the description. Good luck. Here's that daily reminder that whether or not you are a DFS Army member, you probably should be. But either way, good luck in those contests. Let's cash this ticket, and I'll see you next time.